battery life, 6 hours. It's very, very good.
Oh, about 10 minutes of sleep is really catching up to me right now. Quick pit stop in the room. That third action camera batteries are horrendous. So the fact that we're using them all day in the cold, in the wind, and it's still 20%, and I haven't had to switch it yet, that's a plus. All right, time to go find the boys.
Easy, intuitive, but it's like this thing clips off and the door comes out and the audio jack goes on and you slide it into the cage and it's very modular. And that's a good thing. However,
Pretty good. Not too bad for an action cam with zero available light after it, and it's not waterproof stuff.
the Insta360 have this thing. They just don't use action cameras like that before. So size in different environments, sports, it opens up the doors to more.
It's up to mountain. That's all I have for you. It's still cold. And again. How's it going?
Light the battery charge, feeling incredible. The planet.
What? I think in general, I like.
So the Lone Rider Mototent. First of all, thank you to Lone Rider for sponsoring this video or letting me try this magnificent tent. After spending one night with this tent, what can I say? Well, first things first, the weight of this thing, when I put it on the GS, it pretty much weighed nothing. Once the tent and the overlander bag was on the GS, then I stepped on it and rode it. I don't know, well, maybe because it's a 1250 and it's a very, very big motorcycle. I didn't feel any weight on it, so I think that's a factor. But if I was using a smaller motorcycle like a scooter or something, I would have really felt that. The tent alone weighs like 7 kilos, plus all the stuff that I had on the overlander bag. I would say I was carrying around roughly 15 kilos. setup when we got here, or when I got here at Luklukan camp. Again, thank you to Luklukan for letting me try out the Lone Rider Mototent here. The setup part, I thought it was gonna be easy because I was watching YouTube videos of the boys from Lone Rider, how to set up the tent. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty easy, but I was wrong. It was pretty, you know, it wasn't really that hard, but it got complicated for me because this is the first time that I set up a tunnel tent. It was also a dream for me to have a tent like this, to try it out. But the setup took me a while. Plus it was raining, so that made it more fun. But after it was all said and done, here it is. Once I figured out where everything goes, it's all good. It's all good.
Hindi pa siya fully banat.
Let's talk about the features of the tent. The most the most used part of this tent is probably gonna be the pockets, because there's like 2 pockets on the outside and 2 pockets on the inside, and that's pretty much what I use the most while camping. You know, when you have all this stuff, the camera gear, cell phones, wires, and all that crap, you can just put it in there. In my opinion, or in my experience, that was the most that was the most used. I like the space of this part right here where the motorcycle is parked, because I saw in the YouTube videos that they put Harley Davidson motorcycle in it, BMW GS, and some other big bikes. So I figured I want to try it up myself. So after setting up all the tent, try putting my 1250 GS in it, and yeah, it really it fit. The most awesome part about it is the GS was in the tent, and I was able to close all the, I don't know, all the doors. Oh, and may I point also the awning part on the front. They also sent me the pole, which is sold separately apparently. That helped because yesterday it was raining, and now obviously sun is out. So that helped a lot. So if you're planning on getting these for your motorcycle adventure, make sure to also get a pole for the awning part. because it will help a lot when it's raining. Because I had to close the side doors because when it rains, it really rains and it'll hit whatever's inside, including the inside tent. So if it's raining, you better make sure you close all the side doors. If you're planning on using the Lone Rider tent on a solo camp, just make sure just to bring some small stuff. If you want to park your bike inside, bring the small stuff. Don't bring all kinds of shit that, you know, makes your camping look so glamorous or whatever. The Lone Rider tent is not it's not for glamorous camping. It's made by a rider for a rider. That's just my humble opinion. I don't think Lastog Rider will. Well, actually, she's with me right now. I don't know if that's not obvious yet, but she got used to the fact that the glamorous part of camping, you know, car camping, the big tent with a kitchen. She came with me and saw all the small stuff that I brought with me. Just one table, a stove, and some pot, and that's basically it. It was a challenge for her. It was a challenge for us actually, because that table that you saw in the video is not made for two person, and yet alone to cook on it, to prep food on it, it was pretty challenging. But if I was, you know, just by myself, that would be perfect, you know, all the stuff that I brought.
Right back where we started from, California.
The sleeping part of the tent, I was able to fit in a double-sized inflatable bed in it. So it's pretty, yeah, it's pretty spacious. And for a 5'11" such as myself, I was able to stretch out my entire body all throughout the sleeping compartment of this tent. So it's pretty huge, pretty huge. And the fact that when I woke up this morning, all I saw was red for you guys who have any idea about the Lone Rider, sleeping compartment is entire red. Everything's red, all red, including my shirt that I'm wearing right now. It's all red. It felt kind of good in a weird way. The first thing that I saw when I woke up was that red. I'm like, yeah, let's go camping. This gap on the bottom of the tent, all over it. When I went to bed last night, I closed up all the doors, but that didn't stop the creatures of the night under there and go inside the. But they weren't able to go in the sleeping compartment as it was all closed. But it's not a big deal, you know. This thing helped with the air going in, the circulation. It felt really cold in there last night, especially camping here at Rizal. I don't know if you camped here before, but you know how cold it is. The ventilation is pretty good. Like I mentioned earlier, it has 3 doors in the front, and there's another door at the back where you can also gain access to the sleeping compartment. I opened the door at the back and left the mesh door right in there, so let the cool breeze in. I thought it was gonna be black. I mean, the color of the tent. I think it's brown. Everyone says it's green, but I don't see it. I see brown. That's a debate that every Lone Rider owner has. Is it green? Is it black? Is it brown? Is it whatever? Yeah, overall, I had so much fun with this tent. Yeah, of course, I'm gonna use it again. And yeah, so Moto tent for the views. Let's go camping again.
I wanna get too close, gonna get it right now. I wanna push all the limits with you right now.